So, I guess you guys just want my deck list, huh? Well, your prayers have been answered. Behold! Nah, I wouldn't leave you hanging like that, but I'll do you even one better. I'll give you my deck list and strategies you should implement to grind from F5 to sky high. I want to give a quick shout out to Wizard for helping me in the deck building process. I'd made a few adjustments since the initial build, but he really helped me out in figuring out the strategies against Nerg and Ryu. The goal of this deck is simple. You want to let the opponent fill their board with units and try to keep them alive. But Ark, shouldn't I kill them? They're gonna hurt me. No! That player on the other side, they force those poor souls to fight. If we want to save everyone, we need only to take out the mastermind. The goal of this deck is simple. We do not kill. But Ark, if those units are in the way, what do I do? Well, I'm glad you asked. This brings us to our key players, Ibuki and Shenko. They have a Resonate ability that gives them more health and attack as you play action cards. While this alone won't help us get over their walls, we have one other card that allows us to do this. By casting Hookshot on our key players, we can let them take to the skies and fly over the enemy, bypassing the need to take them out and going directly after the mastermind. We also want to use Crystal Hunter and Power Grab to stop their units from attacking, so they can take minimal damage and make it hard for the enemy to get AP from playing units. Some of you might already run Power Grab, Crystal Hunter, Ibuki, and Shenko, and that's great, but how many times has this happened to you? We need a way to allow our units to tank AoE damage to keep our key players alive, and that's why we run Lumine and the 3-mana Shenko. Shenko has an additional bonus of stunning a random opponent, which can come in handy, but Lumine offers a higher tanking ability, so whichever you prefer, the stun or the higher HP. But I'd recommend running around 4 so that you can increase your chances of drawing into either of them on the first turn. We also have Dark Libido Morrigan, who has a very helpful ability that is able to stop the opponent in front of her by casting an action card. Since she's relatively cheaper compared to the key players, you can use her when you don't have a fly available. She can also effectively lock down 2 units by using halt spells, and also helps you to stall while you slowly build up mana. Colleen is a unorthodox pick, but it's a nice card to have. She has high health and a Resonate ability gives a random friendly +1/+1. So if you happen to miss drawing the key units, you can still use Colleen to pressure the opponent. Due to her high health, it also helps to stall against spikes. Now we have Devil Hunter Dante. This is a bit of an underrated card, I think, but his Resonate ability lets you turn Dante into a Devil Trigger Dante, which makes him a 4/7 flying unit with agility. It's a little slower to kill than our key players, and he doesn't have any extra Resonate abilities, but he's able to basically remove one targeted spell from him, and he's also able to get the fly and the agility, which makes him a powerful asset for our team. Now let's talk about the rest of the support spells. First up, we run 3 jackpots. It's a cheap spell that allows us to quickly incur Resonate abilities, so having this is pretty essential to our deck. We also run 3 foresights, which is basically a pot of greed, and allows us to dig quickly through our deck. Since it's an action card, it's also a great way to boost our Resonate units as well. It will save you from bricking, and you'll be happy you run 3 of these babies. And next up is Hidden Intent. This is your lifeline. Cause let's say the Nerg casts Just Deserts, then nope, sorry, cancel that shit. You can run 2 to 3, but against Ryu, this is particularly dangerous to play at times, so be aware how much HP you have and how many burn cards he's played already. You wouldn't want to die to a random Ryu spell now, would you? Next up is Dark Hold. I run this instead of a 3rd Power Grab because Power Grab can only target low mana units. There are times when you want to halt a high cost unit and you've used up your Crystal Hunters or you can't find them. It allows you to be a little more consistent, I find. And finally, Devil Trigger. I run this instead of a 3rd Hookshot because of its secondary ability to give agility to a unit. While Hookshot is great, I find that if you don't get a Ibuki, like if you get a Lumine or a Shenko, you can still use this Devil Trigger to make sure they attack really fast. And with Lumine, if you have Colleen on the board, she can be quite the asset against the enemy. You guys might not agree with this pick, but I found it pretty helpful personally. So, you made it to the end of the analysis, but how does it fare in action? I've prepared a few replays to showcase the power of this deck against typical matchups that might be really annoying. I'll also leave the QR code here as well, so if you want to grab it, you can pause the video here and then proceed to the replays. If you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to hit that sub button, leave a like, comment below, tell me how you did with this deck, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya!